Answer it again.
Yeah, like, what do you think the value that he's trying to bring is, that he's claiming that he's the only that can bring that value? Because he's speaking as if I only deal in evergreen content that's going to give you value later on, no matter when you click on it.
He's putting himself up while putting academics down. That's all he's doing.
I'm better than you.
Yeah, like, it's nothing. And then the fact that academics is him, like, he's just academics, like, it's so easy to disrespect him. Like,
so, you know what this is? Because earlier we were talking about how the videos where they just got like, it's silence and it's a dude reacting to it on the side and it's like some random little dumb shit happening and they get millions of views.
Right.
The way that we get frustrated seeing that, because we're working hard to give opinions and articulate ourselves and expressing, these niggas are memeing memes. Grinding memes. And going way crazier than us. I think that in some warped sense, that's how he's looking at academics content.
And he's just, and he's staying on that side. Because we even looked at it like, yeah, it's stupid, but hey, it gets views.
But it's working.
Like, exactly, And it's like, that's the thing. It's like, I get frustrated when I see something like that. But at the same time, I'm like, I got to respect the game because this is what the internet is.
You get what I'm saying?
So, and another thing was, Loon's, what value does Loon bring? Because that's his whole thing, dropping gems and giving value.
Right.
And this is going to go to my point where I don't know if street niggas are built for podcasting, especially ones who have maybe not gotten caught. So this is the thing. Transparency is everything. You can't tell me you're educating me and you're not being transparent, right?
Yeah.
That drives me crazy. That's why pimps get on my nerves sometimes when they talk. That's my thing with Sharp, where I'm like, nigga, you just saying I'm giving the game and you're not giving the game.
That's why.
Say something.
Yeah.
He has like pimp talk, but it's watered down pimp talk.
It's bad. At least Sharp is entertaining. I know he ain't teaching me shit, but at least I can enjoy the entertainment of it.
You'll think that you learned some shit because he'll teach you a new phrase.
Because it was because it was your little. You know, you need to check your little attitude, Newt. You know, like there's things that Sharp has said that I will never forget for the rest of my life. Called Dago, Newt. You know what I'm saying? It's certain shit. Because Sharp is smoking cool cigarettes. You know what I'm saying?
Like, he's actually pimping.
Yeah, he's actually pimping. You know what I'm saying?
It's in the tongue.
But it's like,
but Loon, he'll just be like, even with Trap Lil Ross, you know, not to you, but he was just like, but look, I'm gonna put it to you like this. Every time he said that, some bullshit came up.
Right.
It's like, but I'm gonna put it to you like this, though.
Yeah, and that's why I don't
like,
I don't like niggas who haven't been arrested. I need transparency.
He said he's been arrested.
Well, yeah, I need you to do whatever. I can't stand talking to niggas. This is something that's bothered me my entire life. I can't stand talking to niggas that say you need to get money. You can't don't tell me what I need to do and you're not willing to teach me, right?
Right.
So it's like, don't say you're here teaching me something, but then you're being vague about everything. You're not telling me exactly what to do. And another thing that I kind of have an issue with is like when people who are successful or in higher up spots, they say they're teaching you something and they don't tell you step one, which is why I think one of the reasons Gary Vee was so big. Gary Vee would give you...
Gary Vee made me drop out of college because he broke it down so smooth.
Gary Vee gave you step one. Like, a lot of these niggas love to...
Scam you.
They love to scam you. You know what I'm saying?
They got a course, an ebook for free.
Yeah, they like to sell you a fucking webinar. They like to sell you an ebook. They like to tell you that they're giving you game. They like to tell you that they're dropping jewels. They like to tell you that they're giving you
12-minute intro.
Yeah, but no, you haven't taught me a fucking thing, nigga. I'm at 0 plays and I have no equipment. No, I take that back. I have 0 plays and I bought equipment off of Amazon. What do I do next?
Literally.
Now that I've got that, how do I grow to the next point? Which is gonna bring me to my gripe with 𝙬𝔦𝔐𝔃.
Bro, and I think you better get into what I was just thinking because the game that they was giving would ruin your podcast, in my opinion.
I don't think it would ruin your podcast. I don't think they were giving any game.
What?
They gave a few pieces.
They gave a few pieces, but they didn't give us... It was all vague shit. So don't tell me that the RSS feed is where you make all your money, but then you don't tell me how to work that RSS feed. That shit is fucking annoying. You know what I mean?
Speaking about things, but they're not going into the fine print.
Don't tell me how to get. Don't tell me grow your numbers. You know what that fucking means, nigga?
Right.
We've been hustling for 10 years and just learned how to grow numbers 6 months ago.
It sounds like just work hard.
And like when I heard this shit, it kind of just irritated my fucking soul because it's like it really just put into perspective that it's like this nigga might be getting out of touch. Because he was like, if you're trying to grow your podcast, YouTube should be the last thing that you worried about.
What are we talking
How
about?
does that make sense in any regard? Like, nigga, the Apple or Spotify podcast platform doesn't have an algorithm that's feeding you new content, nigga.
Period.
Bro,
Right.
this YouTube page
It's
is
not
a
discoverable.
funnel. It's a funnel to the audio.
Right,
Yeah.
This is where you come and find us. This is a billboard.
Not only that, it's like it is a billboard, exactly, because it's also putting a face to the voice. It's putting so many other pieces to what you can create from it.
You
know
can
what I'm
get
saying?
discovered on YouTube, nigga.
Yeah.
This is like American Idol.
They call it
Yeah.
a channel. You have your own channel on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like the only difference between that and Spectrum is like cable and YouTube. Like,
No, and that's the whole thing, and that's
more
one of the
people watch
things.
YouTube.
That's one of the things that Vlad has always been on. Vlad said, "I want my channel to run like TV runs."
bro, yeah.
And that's something that I've always
The
taken-
mindset.
That mindset that when Vlad said that. Now, another thing, I'm trying to figure out what else fucking irritates me about this nigga Loon and his like not presenting value. Because I'm gonna be real, bro. I don't think you present value either. And if I'm being all the way honest, if you do present value, you also contradicted yourself. Because in the It's Up There podcast with 𝙬𝔦𝔐𝚃, you had an issue with the fact that academics went over to Spotify and signed an exclusive deal. And essentially, you're pretty much saying he didn't put his information and gems behind a paywall, but he limited them to just Spotify. When I went to your page 2 months ago, when I was bigging you up because I thought the shit was fire, you had everything behind a paywall, nigga. You had a video that had the nerve to say, YouTube don't get it for like 90 days, my nigga. You dropping shit on Patreon and we won't see it for 90 days? Are you crazy?
A summer.
It was like 60 to 90 days, bro, and I'm not even exaggerating. Like, the numbers sound like I'm putting gas on it, but I vividly remember he had one of them 4-minute fucking ad commercials that he be doing, and he was talking about he was Patreon pimping. Like, it was like, I felt like you were trying to sell me an e-course. And that's the same thing that you had the nerve to say that
Trap lore?
that academics you had an issue with him going exclusive to Spotify when, nigga, I can't even see half of your content. And when I do see it, it's 4 months old.
And it's frustrating when I'm watching it. I've never been so upset as a podcast viewer when I tuned into his shit, bro.
Yeah.
Yes,
First of all,
dog.
especially on the Trap Lord Ross documentary, podcast episode, the first 6 minutes was just like, you know how podcasts got this new thing where they give you like little sound bites
It was
from
12
what's
minutes,
to come
Tony.
later.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
It was
yeah.
12 minutes.
It's just a little, he says this, then he says this, and it flashes out, and you get an idea of what's cooking
Yeah.
with this podcast,
Yeah.
right? That proceeds for 6 minutes.
What?
Yes.
It's 6
Yeah, 6
minutes.
minutes
Like,
long.
it's
It's
just
6 minutes.
6
I thought it
minutes
was 12.
of
No,
it
no,
going
that's-
back and forth. Like, Lauren,
six.
you can pull that shit up right
It
now.
is,
I kid
it
you
is,
not.
it is. I
After the
remember.
6 minutes and 30 seconds, this nigga gets on his camera and proceeds to hype the shit up even further.
Yep.
himself,
He's
yeah.
like, nigga,
so
by
that's-
himself.
okay.
He's like, yo, man, I know you just saw that, but let me talk some more about what's to come. Like,
Get
you know,
the fuck
and
outta
this
here,
podcast
bruh.
in particular, we gonna get into some things, some game, and that lasts for another 2-3 minutes.
Nah, bro, that shit lasts for at least 6 minutes, bro.
Maybe
the whole
another
thing,
6 minutes, bro.
It felt like an eternity.
Then they
Pimp.
start talking, and then eventually, like another 4-minute ad of him just giving his little baby interview, his interview with this nigga.
And then he
Yeah.
had the interviews in 3 sections, like so that he could easily take the middle out for a reel. And I'm like, it makes me think that you think that's really genius, but it's like you can just
What
cut
you
it.
mean? Had
So
them
he
in
put
3
it in
sections?
third. So he put it like it's like a real video 3 times over on a YouTube page. So that-
got you.
Yeah, so you can
He's-
see the same ad 3 times on one video. And you know he did that because that way it could be cut out for a reel as well if you just take out one.
Right.
Which I get, but it also is just like real basic level of like editing.
But that's crazy. You could have just
Yeah.
gave us the widescreen.
You could just give us a watch screen.
Yeah,
you
that's
could just give us a watch
just
screen.
give us
Instead
the
of-
fucking podcast.
Instead of trying to,
Or just give us the show.
Just give us the
Bro,
watch.
he's stepping on the work, not cutting it. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's stepping on this shit.
He's put
like,
too much B12 in it.
I'm about to say, goddamn.
That's that bad pimping shit. That's that shit that drives me
Gorilla
crazy.
pimping.
That's that ring around the rosy,
That's that-
rigmarole
Ramon
shit.
scam.
You're not
It's like-
thinking enough about the listener.
And it's like, if you're a gangster, bruh, don't talk about the streets unless you did the time so that you can't, there's no double jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't tell me you was a shot caller. If you did jail time for it, then I need to hear the details, nigga.
But you see, the whole
Maybe
point
not
of
all the
doing
details,
crime,
but I need to hear a certain amount of it. You know what I'm saying?
The
Man,
whole-
I don't even give a fuck about all that. Just structure your podcast in a way that's listenable.
Yeah.
Bro, like, it's too many distractions. I'm trying to tune into this Trap Lord Ross so I can hear this nigga had the same debate for the 37th time.
And
Which,
then-
once again, like another little tangent. You can't beat him on this topic no more.
Yeah.
He's had this battle 1 billion times.
Yeah.
You just another dude saying the same points in a different way.
Especially Loon.
He knows how to attack it now.
He's not a great debater. His opinion always has him.
Yeah.
So it just comes off like strange, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it
and then
does.
his interviewing skills is kind of subpar.
They're not
It
bad.
wasn't a.
They're
It wasn't
not-
a
they're not
flow.
bad.
They're not bad
They're
at all
not bad.
because it was never a point in time where I felt like he's not properly managing this
Yeah,
conversation.
he was managing
Right.
it. He was managing it.
He can do an interview. It's just
the
some
nigga
of the
said the
content and the
same
question.
points like over and over again. And then there was points in times where he was like, "Oh, I'm kind of losing it," and then he did some. But
did
wait,
happen.
listen, woo, like, bruh, cock-a-doodle-doo. Like he just says something.
Yeah.
I'm going.
I don't know,
No,
dog.
keep going. There's a
It's subpar.
there's a moment in this shit.
Is that where he was like, what did I what was I talking
What?
about? What was I talking about?
And
Trent?
which one?
That-
Lost
that-
track.
lost track of thought?
No, it's not
Okay,
that.
okay.
It's a moment where the
That's what
nigga
I'm saying.
says, we'll move over to that next. Hold on.